Geeks Tribunal, eternal, forever.
Don't you wish you were a Superman? Take off to the sky. Or don't you wish you were a Superman? Against oppression we rise. Or don't you wish you were a Superman? Say your loved one before they die. Within us all live a Superman. Within our souls to survive.
Yo, what's going on? It's Kool Geeks Tribunal. We are here, Chester Hero. We got our guest, Nikolai, representing all the books here. What's the name?
Bad Fish Comics.
Yes, indeed.
Bad Fish Comics.
Pass that over to you.
House of Comics Snob, it's good to see you. It's good to meet you here at Comic-Con 2021.
Yes.
So what does it mean for you to be here today, having all these comics here, sharing with everyone who's a part of the culture, who loves the culture,
Yes.
to basically understand the level of knowledge you have within the pages of the books that you're selling?
I mean, for me, it's everything. It's honestly a dream come true. I've been coming to Comic-Con since 2012. This is the first time I'm actually here as an exhibitor. And like I said, it is a dream come true. It's something I've always wanted to do. So after COVID hit last year and everything was so upside down, I decided, I started selling stuff on eBay. I've really loved this for a long time. I can curse, right?
Usually keep it PG-13, but go for it, bro.
All right. I've really loved this whole community for a really long time. And it was important to me, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. So I started buying a lot of collections. I started meeting a lot of the dealers locally. I'm based out of Long Island, New York. And I set a goal for myself that I want to do New York Comic Con in 2 or 3 years. And I'm here within 8, 9 months. So honestly, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the community in and of itself is so special. There's so many good dealers that work with me. I'm here with Nick GQ, with NRG. They deal with Pops, comics, and then Noise Toys. We're all splitting a booth, and it's been the time of my life, man. It's been the time of my life. So
yeah, man, this is great stuff. It's the last day,
yes.
New York Comic Con being back. We wanted to make sure, just see, in the 4 days of Comic Con, have you seen a difference from coming back from COVID within the last 4 days? Have you, gotten busier?
Yeah.
Have you just noticed anything that, you could say really stands out?
Oh, absolutely. For me as a comic collector, it was always important to come on Thursdays because that's when you get your fresh look at all the new books and everything.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, it was like half capacity. It was kind of unbelievable how empty it was here.
We said the same thing.
Yeah, it was. It was. But at the same time, it's a combination of the big guys aren't here. Dark Horse, Image, DC, Marvel, they're all not here. Midtown Comics, Funko. Yeah. But at the same time, it gave it that old school feel to it. So it feels a little bit more like an old school show. Comics were actually able to make it past the 3,000 level. That's usually not the case.
Yes, I know.
And that's really what created all this. So with the good, there's always some bad. Life is about balance. So
absolutely.
That was definitely the first thing I noticed. But then yesterday and today, it's old school Comic-Con. We're back in.
There we go.
We're back in.
Let's do it.
I went to the bathroom, which is only about 50 feet away earlier. It took me 10 minutes to walk there. I'm bumping into me, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry about that. That's Comic-Con to me.
There you go.
That's Comic-Con to me.
Very cool, non-pretentious event.
Yes.
Bringing it back to the old school. We digging in the crates. We back to basics. We in our long boxes,
Definitely.
short boxes.
Working those fingers out.
Yo,
Working those fingers out.
I know what it is, man. Yo, great perspective, great education, letting them know where it really came from. It's underground,
Yep.
Urban everything, and we just wanted to shout you out,
I appreciate
Make
that.
sure that, we show some love, and just for somebody that's been holding it down so long and doing great work, great, beautiful display right here.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Check them out in Long Island.
Yes. Bad Fish Comics. You can reach me on Instagram. You can email me, badfishcomics@gmail.com. You guys
Know where to find you.
over here at Comic Culture Critique, that's a hell of a name. It's the two dudes who really know their stuff, and they're real dudes. This is a great time.
100%.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you guys a lot.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thank you. You want to say something, my man? Send us off.
So this is the Kool Geek Tribunal at the Comic-Con 2021. We like it. We love it. We see everybody here. We have a member of the culture that has made a voice, made a presence for himself, and we're glad for it. It helps everybody. Holla back.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
That was awesome. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man.
That was awesome.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
That was so cool.
Don't you wish you were Superman? Take off to the sky.
So let's do it. We are here, Kool Geeks Tribunal. Been in Comic-Con all day, all week. 2021. We got Just a Hero,
House of Comic Snob.
and we bring in
Giraldo Luis Alvarez from the Siempre Pa'lante, Always Forward podcast.
Yes,
What is it,
indeed.
brother? What's the name of it?
Siempre Pa'lante.
Always Forward.
Always forward. That's what we're talking about. So, break it down for us. Let us know all the good work you're doing. Who you talking to, how you moving the culture forward, everything you got going on. It's all good stuff. You told me off camera. Let the world know
Yeah,
what
let
it
the
is.
world know, exactly. Well, first of all, peace and blessings. Appreciate the
blessings.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Peace and blessings to the ancestors, because they allowing this to happen right now. Thank you for the sacrifices that you have made so that we can have this conversation. This podcast is culture-driven, focused on familia, overcoming adversity, and legacy. That's what it's about. It's about uplifting. It's about feeding the soul, not taking from it. It's about giving back and providing light to creatives, to people that are musicians, artists, journalists, teachers, museum creators, everything, curators, all things, cultural, Black, Indigenous, Asian, Latino stories, all stories. It includes white people too. We love you too. I'm not, but we gotta ensure that the narrative is told correctly. And that's the problem right now. The narrative is being told by other people. And we gotta ensure that the narrative is told correctly and positively so it uplifts us.
So this is, I like your words right now. So this is the Comic Snob here. I'm trying to figure out what was the impetus for you starting this? What personally led you to want to create such a platform for people to share their voices?
It's important that all cultures have a seat at the table. And me working in corporate communications for more than 20 years in a corporate environment and seeing how things work in corporate America and different businesses, and also having a little taste of the music business in my past life, that's a whole nother podcast, that's a whole nother discussion. But the whole thing was it's ensuring that we have a seat at the table, that it's not temporary, it's full time. And that, again, it's about the stories. Too many times people are either our own people are culture vultures. They take from our own culture, exploit it. They don't give back. We have nonprofits, we have community centers, we have our youth right now that needs that guiding light. They need something that could inspire them, that can educate them, that can give them hope, that can see people like them doing things. And this platform is going to be the stepping stone to create a media empire. Yes, you heard that, media empire.
That's what I'm talking about.
Where it's just
Out
not
of
the
nowhere.
podcast. It's documentaries. It's, all these creative platforms where people can bond, unite all cultures. I want to learn about people from Italy, Sicily, Germany, just as much as I want to learn about people from Africa or my own culture, from Cuba. That's what it's about. It's a cultural exchange. Let's do it.
So, break it down for us, a little bit of your background coming from Cuba to the transition to New York, and just how it's just totally, fueled you, what is it like coming from a communist society to a supposedly supposed to be free one?
Exactly. So that's a very good question. Soy Cubano-Americano, and I was born here. I'm the Americanito from the family. And if anybody doesn't know, I'm the only one that was born here. Thanks to my mom and dad, God bless them. It's been more than 50 years since they left Cuba. They left Cuba with the American dream. Their sueño americano was so that their children, my sister, who is a role model to me, and my brother-in-law, who I love very deeply, they basically left their country so that my sister and I can get an education to do better. They're machine operators. They worked in piecework, and that was serious. That was something that, to me, that was the inspiration behind that. And I look at those sacrifices as I got to do better, because now I'm a father. I have a beautiful 2.5-year-old. Shout out to Ariana May Alvarez, my little daughter, my girl dad, my beautiful wife. Andrea, I love you. it's about what you're leaving behind. Legacy. And it's legacy, right? It's sacrifices.
100%.
So my parents, that whole communism and that whole craziness, they left because they knew there was something better out there. This country is not perfect, never claimed to be. But we as people should contribute in a positive way and use things to produce things that are positive to help people, not exploit. And that's why this platform exists. And those inspirations, just having that, you know, from my family, giving so much, leaving our country, everything, not having nothing, and coming here starting fresh, buying a home, you know, doing all these things. And then sometimes we complain, right? We have a bad day and we're like, our ancestors, they were laying down, there was a dirt road. There was no roads. So they created the path for us. So to me, that's what this is about. And that's why right here,
Yes, talk about
this
the
is
logo.
Papi.
Yes.
This is Francisco Victor Alvarez Arce, better known as Panchi. And this is my dad. He passed in 2015, but he's not passed. He's always living on because there's not a day that goes by that I don't talk about him. And he's up top watching going, what in the heck are you doing with my likeness right now?
Also, aquí.
Right? And he's right here too. So this is it to honor him. It's an African proverb right there in the bottom. Honor your ancestors in Yoruba. And it's very important that we don't forget because no matter what, you know, you believe in, Buddha, you believe in all these different religions, whatever, everything is to do good. And that's the whole thing. Let's do good and give back and pay it forward. And not expect something in return.
100%. Listen, all great stuff. Great words. Shout out to your dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Dad salute. Daddy duty. Let's do it. Let's go. Entrepreneurship. All great things. Appreciate your energy, your time, wisdom. All
That's
good
right.
things. And definitely, we pass it to my man. Let him.
So I appreciate all your wisdom and your words. But I'm also curious too. Tell us about your involvement with comics. Like, what brings you here? Like, you know, like I'm thinking the inspiration for you coming here has in part to do with everything you said about being the first here, having a legacy, creating like a platform for people.
That's right.
Like, so what tie that into the comics for me?
Well, the biggest thing to me is I can't finish this interview without giving my man a shout out, and he's making his money right now. My man Just Scope.
Dope.
He is the creator of the logo. You know, the infamous Siempre Pa'lante, Always Forward logo. Met him in 2016. That was my first Comic-Con in New York. And it was cool. It was just, you know, I'd never been to one. I've always, you know, growing up, loved comics, loved trading cards, all toys. And as a grown man, I got to experience it in a cool way because you get to get what you want, you know, and that's what makes it even cooler. Not cool for the wife because then she's like, what you doing? You got no space in the house, right? But I met my man and we bonded. We was talking about hip hop and all this great stuff and we become friends. And fast forward, I had this idea and it's been 10 years. I took a hiatus from the music business. So it's been 10 years since I've been in media and entertainment. And it was about that time. And I seen a lot of things not being done right. And I said, well, I'm gonna be that positive light that gives light to people and inspires them. So that when they see me, they go, I'm gonna work with him because I know it's straight, cuenta clara, as my dad used to say. Always keep your accounts straight, always pay people, give them what their just due is. You know, if they did work for you, you pay them. And that's what it is, it's positive energy. So that's how I got to the comics now. I always loved this. I'm a big geek and I'm proud of it. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's
Geeking is cool. Shameless plug.
That's it.
The
you
geeking
know?
is cool, shameless plug. 'Cause
Yo,
my
it's
man
like,
out
yeah,
there.
Mike-
There you go.
Maybe his mic caught that.
There you go. There you go.
Nice.
But you know, and peace to both of you, man, because we need platforms like this to empower each other and keep uplifting. You know, it's not just about me. You gotta uplift and help. So really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Listen, man, thank you so much for taking the time, breaking it down.
No doubt.
Excellent work. Keep it up. We supporting, you know, one hand washes off, but we're going to keep it pushing.
Oh yeah, they coming to the IG live session, the
Oh,
Rompe
yeah.
Yellow sessions, the AKA the Icebreaker sessions.
Oh,
They
yeah.
coming. It's coming. It's literally the first one's next week, and we're gonna get these two brothers on there, and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna talk it up. We're gonna have some cafe, you know, maybe Bustelo otro sponsorship. Hello, and yeah, that's what we'll do.
That's it. Let's do it.
Yeah, and one more time. Siempre
Siempre
pa'lante.
pa'lante.
Always forward.
Always
Ya tú
forward.
sabes. Hasta la próxima.
Yes. See.
Cool Geek Tribunal.
Is that cool?
Yes, indeed. It was perfect.
Cool. Fire.
Don't you wish you were a Superman? Take off to the sky.
Yeah, what's going on? Cool Geeks Tribunal. We're back. Chester here on the building.
And this is House of Comics Snob.
We in Comic Con. It's 2021. I'm here with my man Robinson, holding it down, representing. We got Metropolis Collectibles. Yo, y'all got some of the best collections of books that I've seen here. We got the very first Marvel comic book ever.
We
You
do.
schooled me, educated me on it yesterday. We got the first Superman that's going for buku dollars, making it rain all over Comic Con.
Indeed.
You want some super duper serious books? This is where to go. Take it over, Mr. Robinson. Let us know what it is.
So Metropolis and Comic Connect, they have been selling comics for quite a long time as well. The owner, Vincent Zorzolo, he started collecting comics since he was a very young age. Then he started selling them around 15 years old. Okay. So his collection today is extensive. There's about maybe, no lie, 150,000 copies, comic books back at the office. I'm at the moment, I started with Metropolis not too long ago. I pack and ship at the moment, and we do about 200 shipments a week. 200 boxes come out a week. We ship worldwide, you name it, anywhere. Great Britain, Malaysia, Philippines, Japan, South America. So right now the fervor is real. You know, everybody wants a copy. We have auctions that come out every other month. We have a website where we have our whole collection for sale.
Okay.
Certain comics that go, you know, they're graded. Some are raw, pulps, a lot of pulps and vintage comic books. We have it all.
So, Comic Snob here. Tell us, what kind of condition does a comic have to be in order to get a high rating? Just for our viewers who are not aware.
Well, we have a scale. The Cgc scale is from 0.5 to 10.0. So usually a 9.8 is the closest to a 10.0. That's like the close to perfection. So when a 9.8 is out there, is because it's pristine. The cover is spotless. The corners, you know, they're yeah, exactly. The back cover, you know, not as important as the front, but it's all together. It comes all together. CGC goes about grading their comic books very meticulously. You know, they count the pages back and forth, the texture, the color of the pages, white, off-white, cream. So depending on that, that's where they base the grade of the scale. Exactly.
Well, I'm noticing that y'all been able to collect some really old books with some really high grades. How difficult is it to get books from the Silver Age, the Golden Age, the Bronze Age to, you know, to keep them in such pristine condition to where it looks like y'all going to make a killing, like top dollar, you know, off of this?
Definitely, that's what we're looking forward to. Well, so some of these books that they came about, collections that were found in attics or in basements, and being that we do consignments, meaning that we receive comic books from collectors that want their comic books be sold or auctioned, and some of these comic books have come out from glorious collections, you know. So they've kept them in. Back in the days, they used to keep them in newspapers. They used to buy them, and right away, not too many people did that, but we have bags and boards now. Back in the days, people just had newspapers.
Wow.
And they used to keep them in the basement or attic. And most of these collections, like pristine collections, one-of-a-kind collections, they're called pedigrees. So pedigrees are collections that were found in similar locations, but there's a story behind it. Every pedigree has a story behind. So let's go see, and we have a CGC that they have a label. They label pedigrees, and this is it's a golden. This is like a golden label. That means that it's a pedigree. This one in particular is called a Mile High pedigree collection. So it was found in pristine condition. So depending on how many they have, sometimes it's 1,000, sometimes it's 5,000. So this is one of a kind. You see the condition is a 9.4 from 1940.
Insane. Amazing.
Yes, there's many more, but not at the moment here. There's one down there that's from 1944 from the same pedigree collection. There's many other pedigree collections. So we have blue labels. Blue labels is the standard. We have purple labels. That means that they've been restored in some shape or form. You see that it says right there, restoration includes small amount of color touch on cover. So the details that has been touched or painted or any other aspect through it.
Right.
So it's detailed there. There's others. A yellow one. A yellow one means that it's been signed.
Right.
So it kind of details, it kind of details you what has gone through, what the comic book has gone through. So if you want me to show you the Marvel Comics one, so Marvel Comics used to be called Timely.
Yes.
And once the last issue of Timely Comics was published, it became Marvel Comics.
That one is hot.
That is one of a kind comic book.
This is like
There's
being in
nothing
a
like it.
museum.
It is a museum in itself.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of history right here. Listen,
Definitely.
Y'all are doing a great job. X-Men, we standing next to some classic artwork.
This Superman,
The creme de la creme.
yes sir, is going up for auction. Is actually going to be sent to CGC overnight. Because it has to be ready for the November 22nd auction that's coming up.
Amazing.
So this is a 4-part book because Action Comics, not too many people were able to own that comic.
Right.
So they came up with this one. So there's 4 copies in there.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, so this is like the first graphic novel.
Exactly. It's like a compilation of the first ever appearance of Superman.
Very nice.
So we're trying to see, it's probably going to hit the 7-figure. Yes, definitely.
Well, listen, man, we want to say thank you for taking time with us,
pleasure.
chopping it up, schooling us, educating us.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely,
Thank you,
man.
guys.
Enjoy the con, enjoy the convention.
Thank you so much, guys.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Yeah.
making it do what it do.
Awesome.
Robinson, Full Effect, Metropolis.
Thank
Check
you.
them out. It is what it is.
And also, yeah, you could guys follow me on Instagram. It's 123 Ready Comics.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Make sure y'all look them up, check them out.
I appreciate that very much.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, man. Thank you, brother.
Don't you wish you were a Superman? Take off to the sky.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Kool Geeks Tribunal, Full Effect. We back here, New York Comic Con 2021. Chester Hero.
House of Comic Snob.
Yeah, what's going on? We got my man Demetrius here.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? So, let us know, man, what's going on? We got the Urban Action Showcase. I know you're usually on 42nd Street. AMC doing it big, usually 14-hour marathon of movies.
Yes, sir.
All the great fly black movies going
sir.
on, karate. Let us know what's happening this year. I know things are different.
All right, well, I'm Demetrius Angelo. I'm the founder and executive producer of the Urban Action Showcase and Expo, where we celebrate diversity and the multicultural achievements in the blockbuster action genre. At the end of the day, we all need heroes that reflect our image and our interests, right?
100%.
So, well, because of COVID and because they got us on lockdown where, they only letting, this group only to go there, this is another way to keep us down, you know what I'm saying? So, where you can't keep us down is virtually. You know what I'm saying? So we got the VR experiences going on. We got VR screenings. We got watch party screenings where you can watch with your friends and chat with each other. But also we got a lot of celebrities that will be on there, like the certain films, and they'll be giving us behind the scenes information that you never got before. So it's sort of like a live commentary. All right. We also got the Urban Action Expo in VR. So the great news about our VR is you can use your Oculus Quest or your HTC Vive, but you can also go straight in through your laptop, desktop, tablet, or phone. And you can visit the booths and you can actually talk to the vendors and so forth. And of course, you can talk to your friends, right? We got showcase VR rooms where, like, for instance, Big Trouble in Little China 35th, Bruce Lee, Fist of Fury 50th anniversary, Shaft 50th anniversary, you know what I'm saying? So for Big Trouble in Little China, if y'all remember, it was the 3 storms. It was rain, thunder, and lightning. So we got rain and lightning. And then Rain is actually going to be the person that does the commentary on the watch party. So there's a lot going on. So if you go to urbanactionshowcase.com and then click events, you'll see everything going on and how they can be a part of it. But we also embrace the cosplay community. So here we're doing something called the Cosplay Showcase, where you can enter 4 different categories. You can enter the action adventure, you can enter sci-fi, fantasy, you can enter superhero or anime supernatural. And the thing is, you'll take a photo, you'll take a boomerang, and you take a gift. So now we're not just doing your costume, but also your cosplay. So your boomerang is your creativity, and then your gift, you got 4 poses. You know what I'm saying? So the great news about that is that started here on October 7th, and it's going on all the way through November 10th. So people at home, they can just go to the site, click on it, do their own thing from their own device, upload it as many times as they want to, different cosplays in different categories. So if they want to do 5 in anime, they can do 5 different ones in anime, or they can do 1 of each. It's up to them. But the great news is there's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in every category. And then there's a best of show. Best of show, we're giving away Oculus Quest 2, 128 gigabytes, Jets tickets.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? We got a sponsor, Ultimate Wireless, going to be giving away different accessories. And then we also got Blu-rays from Warner Home Entertainment, because Warner Media is our main sponsor. So we got the home video and stuff like that. So it's cool.
Amazing.
So, House of Comic Snob here. What would be your cosplay choice in particular? Since you mentioned cosplay and how exciting and engaging it would be, would it be the thing that you find yourself wanting to wear to stand out and be unique and different, like we all need to be some point in our lives?
Yeah, I'm a martial artist, so I would have to go with something from the new Snake Eyes, or from Shang-Chi, I would have to be Death Dealer, something like that.
Those are all great choices. Now, what I'm curious about, because I've always had an affinity for martial art, what specific type of martial art do you excel in?
All right, I started back in '75. Started with something called Tang Soo Do. That was Jun-Ri back in the day. Then in '79, I moved into something called Asian American Combat System, which is Okinawan Shunryu Kobayashi Karate. It was small circle jiu-jitsu, Lagana Filipino stick fighting. It was American freestyle, Chinese boxing, and Western boxing. And then in around 90, 91, I got into something called Jukido Jiu-Jitsu and VR Nice Jiu-Jitsu, Professor V. So it was Judo, Aikido, and Jiu-Jitsu with Filipino stick fighting. And then it's around the same time I got into something called traditional Wing Chun. So Ip Man taught Bruce Lee, but before Ip Man taught Bruce Lee, he taught my grand instructor, which is William Chun. William Chun brought Bruce Lee to Ip Man. So that's why Bruce Lee actually got into Wing Chun, because Bruce Lee was a child star and he did some, I think, Northern praying mantis and stuff like that, but he was friends with my instructor, William Chun, who brought him to Ip Man. And actually, Ip Man really didn't teach Bruce that much. It was more William taught him, and then a couple of the other students, because they was jealous, because Bruce Lee was a natural. You know, they was jealous
You're
of him.
educated right now.
Yeah, they was jealous of him.
Yeah, excellent stuff, man. So, any place that you're teaching all of this wonderful art?
I'm gonna tell you the truth, brother. When the pandemic hit, last year we lost the studio because you couldn't go to the studio. Remember, they wanted you to pay rent to something you couldn't go to.
Yeah.
And then when they was talking about doing that whole freeze thing, you would have to pay that money on the back end.
Tough time.
Couldn't afford it. So now we're doing the virtual thing. so people can, we do it through Zoom or we do it in the park. You know what I'm saying, like that.
Right. Listen, never too old, too young to get your martial arts on. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to defend yourself. Great stuff. Definitely going to check you out. Make sure we catch up with you virtually. And when you're back in the building, we in there with you.
Yes.
Thank you for the conversation.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. We're going to catch up with you soon.
All right.
All right, brother. Peace.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Same here, man.
Don't you wish you were Superman? Take off to the sky.
Yo,
What's good?
Kool Geeks Tribunal.
We're here,
It's
baby.
been a long week. Comic-Con Day 4 is a wrap.
It's a wrap.
We done talked to everybody, but it ain't official till we talk to the cosplayers. We got the Red Hood in the building.
In the building, baby.
2021 back in the building.
Yes.
I'm Chester Hero. This is...
House of Comic Snob, what's going on, everybody?
How do
And
you feel?
Felt good being back at the con, you know what I mean? Like, last year was a tough year for everybody, and to see all these people here enjoying themselves and dressing up and bringing their kids and just chilling, it was great. It was a good feeling. It's a good way to wrap up the week. And then that's it, man. I can't wait till next year to do it all over again.
What did you think of...
what was the most memorable thing about being here this year at Comic-Con?
I think just being with my peoples, you know what I mean, and being with friends and family and just chilling and just enjoying this vibe that we're getting right now, which, last year everything was shut down. So, with all these people walking around and kind of being somewhat normal, it's a good feeling. That's all. It's just a good feeling.
100% facts, man. It's good to get back, good to reconnect, good people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I've known this man for a long time. I met his man. They're doing a great show right now. Cool Geeks, keep it going. And that's
Now, you know
do it
how I
again.
say, man, we go back like car seats.
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Word up. But yo, we see you cosplaying. You got the whole thing going. You doing it right. I'm trying a little something right here. Tell me, what's the inspiration for the Red Hood?
All right, well, to be honest, like I was telling you earlier, I'm more of like a DC villain guy. Well, he's not really a villain. He is a villain, but I go
Sort of
towards that.
anti-hero.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly, yeah, especially now. So like, I watched the Titans. I thought it was a cool costume, so I tried to put this together within like 2 weeks and so. But I think it worked out pretty smooth. You know what I mean? Like, got the crowbar here, bashing people in the head with that.
Top to bottom. And you got on the fresh kicks,
Come on,
man.
bro, we gotta
It's
rock
hip hop, it's urban, it's comics and
Look at
kicks.
that.
You
That's
can't
what
go
it is.
wrong with it.
Absolutely not.
100% facts on that. So what you think of the other cosplayers out
Oh,
here?
they're doing a great job. I gotta say, they're doing a great job. Venom is always a big hit, so everybody wants to stop and say what's up to Venom. Spider-Man is always dope, so everybody I think did a really good job this year. And now they're trying to kick us out.
They shut the lights off, they closing the
They're
doors.
locking the doors. But I gotta say, the women was doing it. So I got my daughter in the back, but the women were doing it and we're all doing it, and I'm glad to be back. Can't wait till next year. That's it.
Absolutely. The costumes always could pull off the best with the ladies and the kids. So in the words of Scarface, as we sign off, no women, no kids.
That's it.
No women, no kids. Comic-Con 2021, Kool Geeks
Absolutely.
Tribunal, we out.
Deuces.
Peace. We're going to catch y'all next time.
Absolutely.
100.
Appreciate that.
Within us all live a Superman. Within our souls to survive. Don't you wish you were Superman? Or don't you wish you were Superman?
How you doing, brother?